Welcome everyone for this video where we're going to talk about the results of Crown Jewel 2023. Let's not kid ourselves. This PLE wasn't the best. It was good but not incredible. Let's start with the match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. An 18-minute battle with a crowd firmly behind McIntyre but also supporting Seth Rollins. Both men were full of energy, and it showed. Despite McIntyre hitting his Claymore, he couldn't secure the victory. Seth Rollins managed to deliver a pedigree and a curb stomp on Drew McIntyre to retain his title. A surprisingly clean defeat for Drew McIntyre, who won't have any excuses this time. After the match, Damian Priest attempted to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase, but Sami Zayn attacked Priest, stole the briefcase, and escaped through the crowd. Backstage, we also saw Rhea Ripley visit McIntyre without saying a word. Perhaps after this loss, he will consider joining Judgment Day, possibly for the Survivor Series, where it's been revealed that there will be War Games. Next, Rhea Ripley defended her title against Nia Jax, Zoey Stark, Shayna Baszler, and Raquel Rodriguez. It was a good match, but it didn't quite reach the level of a PLE, and barely deserves an average rating. The match had a somewhat disappointing ending as Rhea Ripley executed a riptide on Stark from the second rope, causing Stark to crash onto Raquel Rodriguez and Shayna Baszler. Rhea Ripley took the opportunity to pin Shayna Baszler for the 3 count and retain her title. I'm being critical of this match because I expected more. Moving on to John Cena vs. Solo Sikoa. Personally, I enjoyed Cena's match, and I found it much better than his match against Austin Theory. As expected, Cena was dominated during most of the match, but he was quite serious and focused. He worked extensively on Solo Sikoa's right hand and arm at the start of the match to prevent him from hitting his Samoan spike. Solo Sikoa, on the other hand, was somewhat disappointing, repeatedly using the same moves. However, he won the match by hitting John Cena with his Samoan spike, not once, not twice, but 11 times, yes, 11 times. The match ended in silence with the audience in shock. After the match, Cena received an ovation from the crowd, giving the impression of a possible farewell for John Cena. Although I don't believe it, or rather I hope not, especially considering his performance. If his schedule allows it, he should continue to wrestle and participate in more matches. Cena will likely retire on a much grander stage such as the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, or WrestleMania, in front of a much larger audience, befitting his career. A quick note to ask you to like the video and subscribe. It's always appreciated and essential for the channel. Thank you so much. Next, The Miz welcomed Saudi Arabian movie star Ibrahim Al-Hajjaj on a unique edition of Miz TV. But their interaction was rudely interrupted by Grayson Waller. Waller attempted to take control of the show and turn it into an episode of The Grayson Waller Effect, but he was countered when Al-Hajjaj delivered a boot to Waller's stomach. Moments later, The Miz retaliated, sending Waller crashing into a powerful boot from Al-Hajjaj, followed by executing a skull-crushing finale, setting the stage for Al-Hajjaj to deliver an electrifying people's elbow. Rey Mysterio defended his United States Championship against Logan Paul. The match was dominated by Logan Paul, and it was a very good match for someone who had only participated in 8 matches. His moonsault while carrying Mysterio in his arms was impressive. At the end of the match, a man offered a brass knuckle to Logan Paul, but it was ejected from the ring during the action. Santos Escobar appeared to prevent him from picking it up and handing it back to Paul, but inadvertently left it on the ring apron when he pursued the man. Logan Paul retrieved the brass knuckle and used it to become the new United States champion, much to the displeasure of some. It remains to be seen if Logan Paul will be present enough to defend his title or if he will be a new Roman Reigns. With this ending, tensions can be expected between Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Iyo Sky faced Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Championship. The match lacked excitement, mainly due to the quiet crowd. It was a good match, but the standout moment was the ending. As Belair attempted to deliver a KOD to Bayley outside the ring, Kairi Sane, whose return was anticipated, appeared and attacked Bianca Belair. Belair almost lost due to a countout. However, when she returned to the ring, she was met with a moonsault from Iyo Sky, who retained her title. After the match, Sky and Sane attacked Belair, and the two friends celebrated together while Bayley watched in astonishment. The storyline between Kairi Sane and Bayley will be interesting to follow, considering that Kairi Sane left WWE because of Bayley. Damian Priest faced Cody Rhodes in the penultimate match of the evening. It was a good match with no downtime, and the crowd rallied behind Cody Rhodes. Finn Bálor attempted to intervene, as did Dominic Mysterio, who came out with a chair, much to the crowd's disapproval. But Jey Uso welcomed him with a superkick, and then superkicked Finn Bálor and J.D. McDonagh, and he forced them to flee with a chair. Cody Rhodes sealed the match with 3 consecutive crossroads on Priest for the final pinfall, winning the match. It was a tough night for Damian Priest, who lost his match and had his briefcase stolen. He was also abandoned rather quickly by the other members of Judgment Day. Finally, the highly anticipated main event, Roman Reigns vs. LA Knight for the WWE Universal Championship. It was a superb match with a fantastic performance from the Tribal Chief, who knows how to interact with the audience effectively. LA Knight also had a great match and didn't let himself be dominated. He posed a significant challenge to Roman Reigns several times, but as expected, Roman Reigns emerged as the victor. Solo Sikoa tried to intervene but was blocked by officials. However, Jimmy Uso was able to come to Roman Reigns' rescue after he was hit with a BFT by LA Knight. This allowed Reigns to regain the advantage with a spear through the barricade and another in the ring for the ultimate pinfall to retain his title. It was a good match, but there were no surprises. Since Roman Reigns is not scheduled for the Survivor Series, there's a fear that we won't see him until the Royal Rumble or possibly a match at the end of December. As for LA Knight, we'll have to see what the future holds for him. Will he enter a rivalry with Logan Paul for the United States Championship or head to Raw? What can be said about Crown Jewel 2023? An opening match and a main event of very high quality. A great performance by John Cena, and hopefully not his last match. Logan Paul securing his first title. However, the women's matches were quite lackluster and not well received by the audience. It's worth noting that in the show's kickoff, Sami Zayn defeated J.D. McDonagh with a pinfall after hitting his hell of a kick followed by his Blue Thunder Bomb. Sami Zayn also received a significant ovation during his entrance. And you, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in comments. Thank you for watching and take care.